All right, hey, what's up, guys? So we are in week 2. If you're watching this video, then congratulations, you survived the first purge. This workout will be posted on the actual workout log at the bottom of the link, like how I was doing it last week. I'm leaving everybody that didn't make it to this week still in the signal chat, so you'll see them in there. Hopefully nobody gets their panties in a twist over this, but who knows. So, but yeah, like I said, if you're watching this, then you completed last week's workouts, or at least you stayed in compliance with them. Some of y'all had missed workout here and there. One of y'all had just some life events happen, and you reached out to me, and we talked about it, and you know, it's all good. You couldn't start it last week, so this week you rock it hard, and hopefully whatever you had going on is all completed and we're good to go. But let's go over the workout. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, the programming got released for this week on Sunday. But today, the first conditioning day, which is y'all's Tuesday, but my Monday is going to be EMOM. Some of y'all don't know what that is. Every minute on the minute. So you'll set a timer. The Tabata timer works pretty good. I have one of those little fancy CrossFit ones that beeps and does this shit. But you set it for 15 minutes, and every single minute you just do the movements, and then whatever time is left over is your rest time during that movement or during that round. And then once you're completed with that, then you'll rest your 15 minutes, or excuse me, your 10 minutes, and then you'll do the Tabata, the 40 or the 15 on and the 45 jog, 15 sprint, 45 jog. Yeah. So the two movements that we're doing, like I said, it's still phase 1, so we're still kind of keeping it kind of light, kind of easy. It's going to be dependent on your weight. So we're getting into some of the actual movements from the ACFT. So we'll be doing 3 hex bar deadlifts. I'll demonstrate here in a second, and then 3 burpees. So you'll do your 3 deadlifts, and then you'll go straight into your 3 burpees. And then if you get that done in, say, 30 seconds, then you have 30 seconds to wait for the next one, and then you do your 3 hex bar deadlifts and then your 3 burpees. If you don't have a hex bar at your gym, I'm kind of fortunate with my garage gym. I have everything I could ever want. I've put a lot of time and money into this from just years of too much overtime, and so I have what I need here. If you don't have a hex bar at your gym, you could use a barbell. That's fine. I just would rather you guys do the hex bar because it's just building good habits, and then you're kind of working on those movements, because if you have done both movements, you do know there's a bit of a difference between a hex bar deadlift and just a standard barbell deadlift. Just the hand placement's really the big thing on that. We'll go over that here in a second. But yeah, so that's the actual workout. I hope it's not too confusing. If it is, hit me up on the side, and I'll walk you through it a little bit better. But I want you guys understanding how to do it, and some of the terminology is kind of weird for the guys that haven't done CrossFit or maybe just haven't done this type of training. All right, so let's go over the movements. So the first one is the hex bar deadlift. Mask up over here. Small throw. Let's see if you can see. All right, so the hex bar deadlift. I have my hex bar already kind of set up right here. The weight's going to be dependent on your ability. So if you if you're a seasoned lifter, you'll have more weight on the bar. Right now, I just have the 55s on there because I'm still kind of warming up. And on that same note, make sure you're warming up, make sure everything's lubed up and good to go with these. Do a few movements. If you've ever done an ACFT with me, I make you touch a bar at least twice before you even are able to go for your first your first scored event. All right, so on the hex bar, you just step into the middle of it, right directly in the middle, and then everybody has done this before, so you know pretty much know where your hand placement needs to be. You want it kind of in the center, depending on your body type and your mobility. It's either a little far forward or a little farther back. The lighter the weight is, the easier. The hand placement really doesn't matter as much, but as you get heavier, and so we all know that wrist is going to start to move on you guys. So all you're going to do, get in the middle, find your little hand placement, wrap around, and you're going to squat your ass down just a little bit, get in a good place, make sure those heels are on the ground, and you're going to drive through your heels, locking your back in place, come straight up, and then come right back down. Just let your head just naturally follow its path. So don't keep it down or cake it up like this, just sit it right in its place. And as you stand up, look forward, come back down, drive those hips back, sit back into it. You should be on your heels the entire time. Don't ever come towards your toes and kind of kinked up. I don't know if you guys can see that. So you don't want to be lifting, like leaning forward and doing this weird stuff. You want to drive up and then keeping that back nice and tight and strong, and driving through the hips and pushing those hips forward and coming straight into that lift. All right, it should be pretty easy. Y'all should know how to do that kind of stuff already. And we've already gone over the burpee, but we'll go over it again just in case you guys forgot from last week to this week. It's pretty standard. You just go down to the ground, touch the chest, shoot your hips back up, and then your little CrossFit hop at the end. So, it's just 3 hex bar deadlifts, 3 burpees, and then the rest of that minute is yours to do whatever, throw the ball for your dog or whatever you got to do, and then make sure you're hitting that Tabata work at the end. And yeah, post whenever you post on there, you'll see I'll put my weight, because you can't really put your time because everybody's gonna be 15 minutes, but put your weight on there and we can have our little competition that way. And yeah, so the heavier you go, the harder it's going to be. The lighter you go, the easier it's going to be on you. So make sure you're getting to a weight where it's not your 3 rep max deadlift that you're normally doing, because you're going to be doing this every minute. So back it off. It should be 75-80% maybe, just depending on how you're feeling that day. If you are consistent on your hex bar deadlifts, and I'm not, then you already know what your weight is. But warm up real good. Once you warm up, then you'll know your weight. And if it's too light in the middle of the workout, in that minute rest that you have, add a little bit more weight on there. And maybe you're getting into it and you're like, hey, let's push it, I'm feeling fucking good. Stack some more weight in the middle of the actual workout. That's perfectly fine. Challenge yourselves. You're in the second week, so you should be pushing it a little bit harder, and it should be getting a little bit harder or a little bit more challenging for you guys. So the more you push it, the more the better results you're going to get out of this, and then the easier these workouts are going to get over time. All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions, and have fun.